Hi everyone. So today we are going to create a blade singing wizard. And this should be fun. Um, you have lots of options here. I have not played this up to the point where I'm actually using the blade singing. You don't get that class until level 2. There are I think you should go with just beginning. I think it's a good idea to go with a race that has proficiency in something like short swords, long swords, or like the drow, rapiers, or simple weapons, again, like that. Since you're going to be blade singing, I presume we're going to be fighting somewhat with a sword of some type. So I'm let's see what else. Let's see. We can do martial weapons with the tiefling. So I'm gonna and Gith Yankee, of course, would be a good choice. I'm going to go with elf because I kind of like elves, but also you get these resistances with elves, and they're pretty handy, and you get the dark vision. And I'm going to go because I'm a movement junkie. I'm going to go, yes, you get an extra cantrip with high elf, but I like movement. So just something to keep in mind if you want that extra cantrip. Definitely go with high elf, but I like the extra movement. So the race, of course, the class, of course, is wizard. And now we're going to pick our cantrips. And for this one, I would pick Booming Blade, definitely, just in case we're in close and we have to. This is a great one to have, great cantrip to have. And the other one, I would, since again, I'm not entirely sure if we're going to be up close or not, but I would go with Shocking Grasp. I expected Bladesinger to have more melee opportunities. So our spells always magic missile. Grease. I would take fog off just early on. You have much more use for it later on, and I would go with Ray of Sickness. By the way, if you have I think the deluxe version of the game, you have the mask in your chest, so you probably don't need disguise self, which is handy, but like I said, you probably don't need it. Um, I like Flaming Hands. You can do both Flaming Hands and in sleep if you want to have an optional one. Sleep is nice later. Early in the game, I don't use it as much, but I definitely use it later. Thunderwave is good. I'm going with Flame, by the way, because if you use that in conjunction with Grease or any of the other things that you throw around in the game, it's nice to have Burning Hands. And I'm also going to go Chromatic Orb just because I like being able to pick a surface sometimes and you know make it fiery or icy. And by the way, don't also just to go in hand with Grease. I've got Firebolt here. So now we move on to our background, and as you all know, if you've listened to my videos before, if you don't have acrobatics over here, I really recommend you pick entertainer and go with acrobatics. So you get with entertainer, you get +3 on acrobatics, and you get performance if you want to use that. Acrobatics again is important so you don't slip on stuff. I can't tell you how often you get hit with grease or ice and end up on your butt. So good one to have. There's nothing else that will give you acrobatics, which is kind of an oversight in my opinion, but All right, so you've got your skills and proficiencies. Nothing we really need to change here. You can look at them here, and if you want to screw around with them a little bit, like if you want to change your history, that's okay. They're not extremely important. Medicine can be nice to have early on. But again, always play into the game, the lore of the game a little bit. So don't worry about them too much. And we're going to prepare our spells. We've got these. Mage armor is nice to have. We got grease. I think I'm going to pop out grease and put in chromatic or a little bit different. Anyway, now we're going to do the good part and edit the appearance. All right. So, kind of my thinking on this is voice. Let's go with voice. Hear the voice.
Where to next?
All right.
Let's hope the local.
Well,
Hells. Something. Be wary. This place is trapped.
yeah. Let's go with voice 4. And we want a slightly more exotic look. There we go. There we go. And what I mean by that is I'm kind of envisioning our Bladesinger coming from a distant land, which is more exotic and maybe has more experience, more lore with using swords. That's just kind of my thinking on this. So again, all skin colors. You make sure you bring those up. And we want a slightly different tone, I think. Like, a Middle Eastern tone. Yeah, or kind of an olive skin look. Yeah, I like that. That's good. All right. So we've got that. Let's move her hair out of the way just so we can see her a little bit better. We won't stick with this one. I like that square jaw line. That's good. All right, and let's go back to general. Just for right now, we're going to complete the facial look, and we want to give her a little bit of scarring. Just a little bit. We have to make our fighters look like they've been in fights. Usually. All right, and if you notice, I'm increasing her maturity just a little bit, and I'm going to take the freckles out. All right, and we don't need to hide the clothes because that'll get me banned from YouTube. All right, so now we're going to go do the body art. Let's go back for just a moment. Yeah, that's good. Maybe slightly warmer tone. Let's do that. Yeah, I like that. I like that a little bit darker. Anyway, all right. So some body art. Yes, I'm going to do the migration one. In this case, again, just kind of my thing. Like, I kind of think like if you're doing something kind of exotic, they might have some facial tattoos, but I don't want to go too extreme. Like if you do this, it's just a little too much, I think. And that maybe, so maybe this. I know I'm being a wimp about tattooing, but it's on the face. So I'm going to change the color just a little bit on the tattoo. Let's do, and this will make sense later. The blue is nice, but we're going to bring the intensity down. I like that. Just a spot so you can kind of see him a little bit. All right. And yes, we want piercings. Not so crazy about the tattoos, but man, you gotta have some piercings. All right, and she's going to have, it's going to be a kind of like a work fencer, so we need like something that has points like that. The Crimson Hilt dirt, so those are good. But wait a second, there's another one. Yeah, that's cool. That's nice. Wish we could change the color on these, but we can't. Plus the blue in these kind of goes with the blue on the cheek. So, alright. Alright, so we got our tattoo color, we got our fangs, our piercings. Let's go for our eyes. And this is where the doing all eye colors is really nice to do. So do that. And we're going to take obsidian too. See, I like how dark those eyes are. Okay, that's good. We're going to do our makeup, and we're going to give her some like sharp looking makeup, and that's why I'm choosing this one, which is 3. Again, kind of like, you know, echoing the tone of the character. And let me see here. Alright, let's see. Yeah, that's good at 90. But let's give her a little bit of metallic tint. Yeah, actually, let's give her a lot of metallic tint. How about right about there? And some glossy. Yeah, that's better. A little bit better. Yep, let's just move it up just a tiny bit more. That's good. That's good. All right, so finally, lip tint. Let's see. Let's change that. Yeah, slightly redder. Yeah, I know. I like to fuss with everything. And I'm going to make it a little bit wetter look on the lips. There we go. That's good. And now, finally, we're going to do the hair. And this is not the hair we're going with, but you know, we are going to keep her red because I think it gives her more kind of like an exotic look. Let's make it just a little bit more ginger at 4. There we go, a little bit darker. And now the highlights. Again, let's make it more ginger. Again, do this. Good grief. I know it gets confusing for maybe some people, but that should be on by default, I think. But just me. Alright, so I'm adding a little bit more intensity of redness in the highlights. I'm going to bring all these up just a little bit. Oh, too far. That's good. That's good. And you'll see it when I search through the hairstyles, how the highlights make a difference. And grain, again, a little misleading. Yeah, you can see it as grain, but it also works to increase the color of your hair. So just be aware of that. Let's put up a little bit more ginger in this. So I'll show you on the side. So it's not actually graying the hair, it's adding more ginger to the hair. Alright, so now all we have to do is choose a hairstyle. And I tend not to like these kind of like over the ear styles for elves, because anybody with pointy ears, I think they should be showing, you know? And that's too short. What we're looking for, or what I'm looking for, is a hairstyle that's kind of exotic. Not that one, but you can see all the highlighting and what a difference it makes in the different hairstyles. And I know this is a little bit more involved than usual, but a little bit more detail is nice. And not that one. Again, not very, it's good style, but not very exotic. And here we go. The Fey Rune Fantasia. I sound like Lae'zel now. Yeah, that's it, definitely. Alright, we are set. And that is it. We are going to go forward, I think. Let's see here. Just want to make sure. Yep, we can. We got everything set to go. Oh, and we need a name, of course. Let's maybe make it. Yeah, that sounds slightly exotic, so that's a good name. We will go with that. And we are ready to go into a new game. And I might do some combat with this guy so you can see, or this gal, so you can see what the bladesinging is all about. All right, thanks for joining me. Subscribe if you want, I'd appreciate it. And I will see you in the next video. Might do Ranger next.